To continue pondering these things and other really important questions, we have various testimonies that we will hear. The first comes from Pat Fonz.
Woo! Can you hear me? Okay. Whether it happened by accident or on purpose, the scheduling of this Poor People campaign focus on anti-militarism for the week following Memorial Day couldn't be more appropriate. It also happens that I spent Saturday at a family get-together where there was a major emphasis on the war casualty that has haunted our family for many years. This is the story I would like to tell. The host at this Coco was a grandnephew of mine, the grandson of my oldest brother, Gene. Sadly, neither he, this nephew, or his mother, my niece, ever knew Gene, who went into the U.S. Army in 1943 when my niece was only months old. Gene was the first child of my immigrant, but by the time of his birth, very well assimilated parents, both of Azorean ancestry. In spite of my parents' strong desire for a good education for their children, Gene did not complete high school, but the Army aptitude tests apparently revealed his unrealized capacity. He was sent for medic training at Fort Hood in Texas and subsequently sent to Belgium and Germany in the Medic Corps of the 9th Army. In the fall to winter of 1944, his division was sent into the Battle of Hürtgen Forest, a series of battles, really, that preceded the Battle of the Bulge. The Battle of Hürtgen Forest is often referred to in its histories as the greatest waste of human life in the Second World War. Very poor planning is blamed, sending troops into a snow-laden forest in a deep valley where roads connected only the small villages on the hilltops. On December 14th, after weeks of slogging in the mud, Gene was sent during an apparent lull in an artillery onslaught, to bring in a wounded sergeant. His subsequent Distinguished Service Cross Award chronicles how, when the barrage resumed, he threw himself upon his wounded comrade, bore the brunt of the fire, saved the man's life, and lost his own. Hero or victim, or both? Years later, Gene's mother, mine, having died 4 years after his death at the age of 48, his remaining siblings came across a trove of letters he had sent from the front. Their general tenor confirmed the lines of that old poem by Wilfred Owen, which ends after an excruciating description of the death of a young man in battle, with the poet telling the reader that if he had seen the reality, and this is a quote, "My friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory, the old lie, dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori." Now I know none of us would know that Latin if we just ran across it, but what the big lie is, it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. Among my brother's last words home that we found in those letters were these: "This is hell."